the life I'm living, still gon' hold this shit down. Every day of my life, yeah, nigga chasing cheese. And I'm saying niggas should be around there, won't see you on your feet. My mama been doing bad, but I ain't going into that. I done picked that girl up when I caught my first package. I be damn, me and my people hurting for something for a day. That shit happened, the next man ain't getting nothing. Faded the root of evil, and that's my damn best friend. And I put that on my life, ain't nobody gon' fuck with him. You try to jam it, yeah, that ass getting chalk. Trying to serve, ain't got no business on my block, I bet you're getting chalk. Now either way you try to fuck with my balls, don't believe that ass getting chalk. Now what's this gonna be? You know how I played it all. That nigga burn me G, all by this bread. Bitch, I'm all about my bread, all by my bread. Bitch, I'm all about my bread, all by my bread. Now what's this gonna be? You know how I played it all. That nigga burn me G, all by this bread. Now bitch, I'm all about my bread, all by my bread. Now bitch, I'm all about my bread, all by my bread. Now bitch, I'm back in the mix. Those flaky niggas better stand down. Came home, got me some yam, I'm the man now. Niggas, some bitches all from my face, I ain't know who it is. Everybody up from the mix like I'm a hero and shit. Fall back, I'll buy a brick. Right now, I'm on a mission. I'm giving you 2 for 20, got grams going for 50. Putting that in my pockets, the nigga, you bullshitting. What the fuck you ain't listen? I done told you I got to get. Nobody depending on me, so it's all mine. I ain't stressing out by myself, that's how it going down. My mama fighting her little dicks and she gon' be alright. Forever tweaking and begging, I put something up on the pipe. Just a little fraction of my life, still all in for a lick. Lurking for fatty, looking for niggas to tone mix. Start to lurking if I'm hurting, different side come out. That flip shit, Dr. Jacob, Mr. High come out. Gonna be, you know how I played it all. That nigga burn me G.
Welcome back to your favorite channel. It's the PBC Pelican Base Corner, where I give it to you fair and unbiased, raw and uncut. Some won't like it, some ain't. Big shout out to everybody that's in the building, everybody that's down in the chat, everybody that's listening, no matter where you at across this good old green earth. Like I always say, man, all my people in North America, you know, all my people in the South, all my people in Europe, all my people in Asia and Africa. You know, I got big shout out to my South African brothers, you know what I'm saying? Big salute to my West African brothers and my East African brothers, you know, and salute to all my Australian bulldoggers, you know what I'm saying? We about to talk a little bit about them Bullyson dogs today. I ain't gonna be here long as I was last night, but I appreciate the brothers that was tuned in last night. You know, once we got to talking showtime, we got to talking. You know what I'm saying? Hey, showtime, you don't owe me no apology for that, big dog. I'm a man, so like you a man, and I know when a bunch of men get together with testosterone and we feeling our ways and shit gets said. You know what I'm saying? All I was saying was I didn't want y'all brothers to come up here and go what do you call it, credential for credential, because I lost a brother that I ain't seen since he came up here when we talking about credential for credential, and you know, I'm still looking for him now. You know what I'm saying? I'm still looking for my brother now, and he came up here with old Vance that time, and it was supposed to go credential for credential, and I'm still looking for him. But you don't owe me no apology, big dog. Shit gets said when it comes to these dogs. We got people that's fans of dogs, people that's fans of Eli dogs, that be like, man, F them Red Boy Jocko dogs. Them dogs ain't shit. You know what I'm saying? People that's fans of Red Boy Jocko dogs, they say the same thing. Fans of different dog men that say the same thing. Oh, I don't like Garner dogs, or I don't like Tant dogs, or this. You know, it is what it is when it comes to these dogs. I don't take it. I may talk shit sometime, and me and you weren't even talking shit last night. That was you and another brother. But like I said, dog, you don't owe me no apology. You know, that brother don't owe me no apology, because like I said, I know what it is, man. You know, we in the locker room. You know, it just is what it is. Today, what I am gonna touch on real quick though, I got a little I'm gonna call it a little treat for my Eli brothers and my Bullyson brothers. But what I do want to do is I want to watch a little bit of Mr. Boudreaux speaking about Bullyson from some of the film that's online, and another brother speaking about the Bullyson stuff from a little bit of the film that's online. You know what I'm saying? And I may ask a couple questions off of some of the stuff that they talk about, but you know, I'm just gonna let the old schoolers talk on that end. But what I do want to show first is something I seen online. You know what I'm saying? First thing I want to show is this picture right here. I seen online 8 pit bull colors. You know, and first thing I gotta do is stop it right there. You see, now maybe they're speaking about the pit bull as a blanket term. But all my brothers down in the chat, all my brothers that really rock with these pit bulls, we call one pit bull the pit bull, the American Pit Bull Terrier. We don't feel like we got to say, the American Pit Bull Terrier all the time. When we say pit bull, we mean the pit bull. We don't mean all them other dogs. So when they say the 8 pit bull colors, for anybody that don't know, or anybody that just may be watching my channel right now for the first time, or maybe look at it all the time, I'm going to correct something in my opinion, you know, and for the most part, this is facts. You know, what's going on with your big Vance in the building? Now, 8 pit bull colors, the official recognized colors. 1, this color right here is not a pit bull color. This is blue. This is what they consider blue, the silver, the gray line, the blue line dogs. This is not the real American Pit Bull Terrier color. But they have been known for certain dogs to come out this color that's in that pit bull class. They have been known, but this is not an official color for the American Pit Bull Terrier. And the reason why I say that is they don't got blue on the registration. When you register your dogs up with the ADBA, there's not a blue color there to register your dog up as. This is not one. This black is an official color. This chocolate is an official color. This cream is an official color. This red is an official color. This brindle is an official color. This white is an official color, but this merle, this is not official. This is not an American Pit Bull Terrier. When you see dogs that's this color, they have something else in them. They may look, don't get me wrong, you may find a dog that's slim, slender, Bruce Lee shaped body, look like a pit bull, and it may be this color. But you can bet your bottom dollar that something else is in that dog. This is not an official color for the American Pit Bull Terrier. This is not an official color for the American Pit Bull Terrier. But the other 6 dogs, the other 3 at the top, and these 2 right here, and this white dog are all official colors for the Pit Bull. I wanted to speak about that real quick. Now, that brings me to this picture that I also seen on Facebook where people was kind of, you got to be real with yourself sometime when you're looking at these pictures. This is the brother Chico Lopez, and they were saying this is his first dog that he got. Don't know if it was or not, but I'm here to talk about it. They were saying this is his first dog, and people, and even you see it right here on this little caption, it says, there's no Merle pits. In my opinion, you know, this is not a Merle pit. It's the camera that's making this dog look Merle. This dog is a light colored brindle dog in places. Would it be light brown and brindle, black brindle? You know, this is not a Merle dog. You know, as you can look on his hind side, you see brown brindle. When you look right here on his shoulder, you see brown brindle. In his face, you see brown brindle. On the side, it may look a little grayish color, but that's only camera, the way the camera making it look, and it's an old photo, you know? So for brothers who want to say this is a Merle dog, stop trying to push that Merle shit onto us. It's like the LGBT trying to push that shit onto us. You know what I'm saying? Stop trying to push that shit onto us. We got standards when it comes to these dogs. See, I seen another brother comment and say, color, there's like the colors don't make the dogs. And I gotta totally disagree with that. I gotta totally disagree with that because every breed there is, the colors make the fucking dogs. Excuse my French, the colors make the dogs. You can't tell me you're gonna sell me a Rottweiler and it's a white dog, then I know you got something else in that dog. You know what I'm saying? What's going on with your Big William? Appreciate you dropping in tonight, my brother. You can't sell me a Rottweiler and tell me, hey, oh, this is a white dog and he full-blooded Rottweiler if he not maybe an albino, you know, and I know it's some type of defect or something. a Doberman Pinscher, and it's a Merle dog, and you tell me it's a Doberman Pinscher, and it's Merle or blue color. That colors come with these dogs for a reason. You know what I'm saying? Hundreds of years, these dogs been certain colors, certain breeds. The breeds that allow multiple colors, then you get multiple colors. But you can't come tell me you got a Belgian Malinois and it's Merle. You can't tell me you got a Belgian Malinois and it's another color. You know what I'm saying? White color. Those dogs don't come that color. Dogs come colors for a reason, you know, to help you see that the purity to these dogs. You know what I'm saying? So if a brother come to you with a Merle pit bull and they be like, oh, it ain't about the color, you know, at certain points, it's not about the color. It's not about the color when I'm talking about my brothers that got the black pit bulls, the chocolate pit bulls, the white pit bulls, the brindle, the red, all the bucks. It's not about the color then. A good dog is when you find it. But when you start talking about these colors that these folks bringing into the breed, color really matters. You know what I'm saying? And if you know the color, sometimes that can help you kill a lot of the bullshit that you may go through in life. You know, especially my females and my ladies out there. You know, you may get a dude to try to sell you a dog and it look a certain way, and you trying to make sure that you got a purebred dog, but it's pretty. Yeah, it's pretty. I'm quite sure a Merle Doberman Pinscher would be pretty. A Merle Rottweiler would be pretty, but that's not the standards for the breed. You know what I'm saying? It's not the standards, man. So color does matter when it comes to every breed of dog, not just the pit bull. You know what I'm saying? In my opinion, you know, and I know I just wanted to touch on that because I seen this Chico Lopez picture. And another thing I'm gonna say, you know, back when this brother Chico was this young, man, I don't even, you probably can find Merle dogs dime a dozen back then compared to what you're gonna find now. You know what I'm saying? I seen some blue pit bulls back in the 90s. And I ain't talking about these bully dogs. I'm talking about pit bull shaped blues. But the ones I seen was UKC registered. You know, the ones I seen that was blue, I seen some that I know wasn't with UKC registered, but they had to have something else in them. Mr. Kobe them and Mr. Lightning them, we don't see no pictures of no old school. We got pictures of every damn thing from back in the days. The blue is too pretty of a color. You know what I'm saying? Blue is too pretty of a color for some of them old schoolers not to take a picture of that dog back in the 1930s, 1920s, 1950s, 1940s. We got pictures of dogs from the damn early 1900s. But we ain't got no pictures of no blues. We got every other color dog, but no blues. We got different little statements that brothers pull up and say, oh, they talking about a blue. I ain't talking about that. I'm talking about a picture. The blue is a too pretty of a dog, and if they would have been around back in them days, we would have had some pictures of them dogs. You know what I'm saying? You would have had pictures of them. But like I said, I ain't gonna stay on that too long either. And if that was Chico first dog and it was a Merle, it could have been mixed breed. You know, brothers started off with all kind of dogs when they first started and got their first pit bull. You know, I tell you all the time, I started off with a pit bull boxing mix. My first pit bull bred dog, that dog probably had more boxing in it than it had pit bull in it. You know, but that was my first one. And from that one, shit, I had to step the game up because I never even seen that dog take back when we was, you know, young teenagers, 14, something like that. You were fascinated with seeing a dog lock. So I never seen that dog lock. So I had to step the game up regardless. You know what I'm saying? Shit, I can't be dealing with that. No, sir. So if it was anything else in his dog, then he got a pass. At least in my book, he would have a pass because that's when he first get into the game. You know what I'm saying? He ain't try to breed his dog with your shit. He ain't right here promoting this dog and saying, oh, he got blood coming off this dog. But like I said, I still think this dog is a light color brindle, no Merle, no none of that type of stuff. Light brindle right here, dark on the ass end. You know? Yes, sir, man. And like Vance say he seen a blue one in Mexico and a 5-time winner Belling Club. Still don't believe it was a match dog. Hey, I feel you on that, Vance. You know, and I know a brother that had a blue dog that he was taking to the shows, the square shows I'm talking about, and they lived by that dog. You know, I don't know what the dog was off of, and this wasn't way back in the days, but it was back in the days. You know what I'm saying? But and they lived by that dog, but I don't know. You know, can't say he was no Jeep because I know better. I can't say he was no Red Boy because I know better. No Eli. You know. My brothers gave me some Eli stuff now that threw off the blue, but we still having that conversation as well as far as producing blue puppies off the blue dogs or just coming out as a defect or a dog off the black stuff being bred so tight coming out blue. You know what I'm saying? You know, but yeah, man, you know, this back in the days. Salute to the brother Chico. You know, great dog, man. Did his thing, holding it down. Now, what I want to do is I want to talk about these the Bullyson stuff. And the first thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna play a little bit of Mr. Boudreaux talking about the Bullyson dog on a video that I scraped up off on YouTube. And then we're gonna get to another brother speaking about it. And what they basically gonna be talking about is Boudreaux bred, is Bullyson bred the way they say he's bred? Is he off Ironhead or is he off Eli? You know what I'm saying? Basically what they're speaking about. And I may stop it time to time, but for the most part, I'm going to let the old schoolers speak, you know, and sit back and watch it the same way y'all doing it, man. So let me start it off with Mr. Boudreaux speaking about the Bullyson dog.
Responsible for breeding Bullyson?
Well, if I can put this in the right order, I have a friend, still have a friend, Mr. Jerry Clements from Huntsville, Texas. I gave him a little female by the name of Spook. She was maybe some 8 months. And in her first heat cycle, he came to visit. And I had this black dog named Eli.
I'm going to stop it right there. And I'm probably not going to stop it too much more. Period. First thing I want to say, why does this dog community have such a hard problem with leaving the people names on the dogs who make the breeding? You heard from Mr. Boudreaux himself right here that Mr. Clemens owned Spook. He gave him the Spook at 8 months. Mr. Clemens bought Spook back. Why you don't see Mr. Clemens' name besides Spook on these online pads, on these pedigree databases? Why you don't see Mr. Clemens' name right there? It's Clemens Spook. To get Bullyson, you know? Why you don't, and another thing, you see how Mr. Boudreaux is speaking about Eli, old black dog named Eli? It lets you know that back in their days, just like I say about any famous dog, the dog didn't really, none of these dogs really got the famous the way they are until years later, when people speaking about them years later. You know what I'm saying? But let me go ahead and let Mr. Boudreaux talk because I ain't stopping it no more. And we're going to get into this other conversation with this other brother, the Bullyson dog. You know, salute to all my Eli brothers out there, all my Bullyson brothers, all my Jeep brothers, and any dog that came down off the Bullyson dog.
And we looked around the yard because I had several dogs at the time. And I don't think that was Clemens' first pick. But as he walked through the yard, and the more he observed Eli, the more he liked him. Eli was a small dog, some 38 pounds, I guess. And 38 to 40. And he asked me what I thought. And I said, as far as I'm concerned, the way the female was bred and the way the Eli was bred, it was good as any. So he decided to go that way. And brought 4 pups.
Do you remember if there was a stud fee, or
Pardon?
was there a stud fee, or you just let him breed to the dog? Or?
No, he was a friend. Back in that respect, with the stud fee and the puppies, I'd be willing to say I gave more puppies away and bred more dogs for free than anybody I know of. I just kind of a yes man, I guess. What goes around comes around, and you need favors, and and I was always thinking that it'd come back to me in time. In Mr. Clemens' case, it came back several times. He was good to me, good man. In that particular litter, they had 4 pups, 3 of them black, 1 brindle. They had 2 males, 2 females. They had Bullyson, Eli Jr., a black female named Lady, or Mr. Pat Perry, and then a brindle one for Jerry that he called Brindy. Probably Brindy was the biggest and probably had the best mouth. And then the next one would be Bullyson probably, and then Eli Jr. and then Lady.
Who first owned Bullyson?
General Clemens did. In other words, he had the mother and raised the litter, yeah. And he sold that dog for $400 as a puppy. He sold them all but Brindy. He kept the brindle female. He sold Eli Jr. to a boy by the name of Doug Night Rider. And then Doug in turn sold him to Benny Clayton, where he remained until he passed away.
Now, you talking about Bullyson?
Eli Jr.
Eli Jr. Okay. How old was he when he died, as far as Eli Jr.?
I don't recall.
Eli Jr. died when he was 9, 10, 11,
Or younger than that.
8.
If I recall correctly, he was probably 17 model, I think.
Eli Jr.?
That's about when he was born. I think somewhere at 70. Pretty damn close.
When he died from just old age, or was there a kennel accident?
No, he died of the results of the event against him and his son Benny Bob.
Okay. Okay, no, I was talking about Eli Jr.
Oh, Eli, I'm sorry. No, Eli Jr. just died of old age.
How old was he?
Pretty good age, but I couldn't tell you.
Over 10?
No, we got the dogs kind of confused here,
Right.
and we'll just make it clear. But Eli Jr. died, and let's back up. Clemens sold him to Doug Night Rider, and the price was $400. And then Doug had him hooked up against Ken Allen, and Benny Clayton bought him before the contest. And Eli Jr. was 17 months old at the time. He came off real good in that event. And Benny didn't do anything with him after that besides bred him a very few times. A very selected female. Benny wasn't into breeding him out of his yard.
I guess I'm trying to figure how did Maurice get Bullyson on his yard?
Let's see. Pardon me if I can tell you about that. I don't know for sure. I would say probably, and don't quote me on this because it may not be accurate. I think he either sold him to Red Walling, was a banker, or to Bobby Hall, one or the other. Now Bobby's the one that did all the work.
I'm trying to figure out if this is Red Walling. See the bottom picture? I've never seen a picture of Red Walling. I'm trying to figure out who that person is. That's what Bullyson.
Yeah, that could very well be. I don't, and I don't say that would be Red because Red was a young man. Yeah, Mr. Walling was a young fellow. And my eyes are too poor, I couldn't tell you that.
Is he still alive today?
I would think so. I would think so.
He wasn't much of a dog man at the time, though.
Not at all. He was just a gambler. It was just an investment.
Okay. I've always wondered that.
That I can't answer. I don't know.
Okay. Because, I mean, Red Walling registered him.
Yes.
But he already had a name.
Yeah.
So, okay. So.
And I don't know if he went from Clemens to Bobby Hall, and Bobby sold him to Red Walling. I don't think Red Walling bought him from Clemens, I wouldn't think. That I'm not sure.
Bobby claims in his book that he sold it to or he
Okay,
sold
well-
a portion of them to.
Well, that would be accurate.
I was looking for everywhere in all my old magazines, my books. I wanted to find a picture of you and Bullyson so you could sign it. But I can't find a picture of you and Bullyson.
No, I kept Bullyson. I kept all of them with Brandy. I didn't have Brandy on my place, but I kept all the rest at one time or another. I kept Bullyson on a good while. In his younger years, that's so...
How long would you say, for periods at a time, or he came to your yard one time and then...
No, he came to me at an early age, and I kept him...
Before he made a name for himself?
Pardon?
Before he made a name for himself?
Yes, before, yes.
He was on your yard, did you breed to Bullyson while he was
No.
on your yard?
I didn't have to, I had his dad. And that's where I run my business. I breed to what brings the good ones.
Okay. Bullyson was said to have been bitten by a snake.
Two things happened to that dog. One was he got bitten by a rattlesnake.
Here's a picture where they claimed he was, that's more recent, Bully. It's claimed he was bit by a snake, and
He was, that's...
that is a fact.
Yep. That's a good picture of Maurice and a good picture of Pat.
Pat with Bullyson, yeah.
Yep. And then after this snake bite, he got into an accident through the chain link fence and receded all his gums
While on Maurice's yard.
on Maurice's yard, yes. And Maurice told Red Wally that the dog wasn't fit to be in that particular contest. And Red said, bring him regardless. And that's Red's exact words. And what Carver did, Mr. Jerry Clemens, which was a lab technician at the hospital, checked Bullyson's blood count, and the dog was anemic. The blood count was 33, and it should be 46.
You know that for a fact.
To be true, yes. I staked my reputation on it. It did happen. And Mr. Clemens is very well alive today.
Now, who's the one that says that he fought through the chain link fence? Because if you look at his yard and all that, or pictures of it, he didn't have any chain link on his fence. So I'm trying to figure out where that came from.
That's what Carver said. You know, he had him in a... now, Carver had a... Now, I don't know how many kennels he had. The way he kept his pups was a big old chain link.
Okay. Now, when you say chain link,
It's like a hurricane wire.
here's a picture of one of his dogs on his yard, and just to show you what, you're saying like that, not actually chain link, but something
Well,
like that.
let's just, maybe I'll stand corrected. I'm just telling you like they told it to me.
No, well, I'm just saying, while you were on his yard, is that what you seen, or did you see chain link for yourself?
I saw this.
Because I never seen chain link.
I saw where the puppies was. I thought it was a chain link pin.
Okay.
Of course, you know what it is. Let's just say, in between the time, things will change. The men could have very well dismantled that and
Right.
upgraded it.
Well, see, I research things, and I try, since there's a lot of rumors and there's a lot of, you don't know what to believe. So if you do some investigation work in certain things, some stuff will fall apart right away. And other stuff I try to find out, because it's very well true. Things happen and change and stuff like that.
Well, you moved the pin.
So I always look for pictures. I'm always interested in finding pictures of Maurice Carver's
pictures
yard.
don't lie.
Yeah, and I try to see certain things that were in back there like that. I've never seen any actual chain link. I've seen like what I just showed you, that type of panels and stuff.
Well,
like
that's
that.
probably just one pin, or just partial of the yard.
Okay, I have his puppy pins on that video.
Well,
Mayfield went on his yard and took an 8mm camera and ran it on his yard, and we have that. So I want you to
well, maybe we stand corrected about the chain link. It might have been just 2x4 wire.
see. Okay.
But now the part with the gums being receded, they were.
Okay. How hot was it really that day? They claimed that day of the convention it was a hot day.
A little better than warm.
Okay.
Yeah, it was hot.
If you had to guess, what were the temperatures? I'm hearing 100.
I would say that. I would say 100. Very well, pretty close.
Okay.
Give or take a degree or two.
Right. Okay.
All right. Now, one thing Mr. Boudreaux said, well, two things I want to speak on. One, that last little part they was talking about the dog match, or the dog, it was 100 and some degrees or close to that during the day when they did that show. That's how I know I'm from that era, that golden era, man, because we didn't wait till winter time. You know what I'm saying? We didn't wait till winter time. All year long was fair game back in my days, you know, all year long. You know what I'm saying? But next thing I want to speak about real quick is another thing that Mr. Boudreaux brought up, that Red Wallen was a hustler, a gambler, you know, and that's what we got to realize today. Hey, Vance, sometimes when we get to arguing with brothers and different brothers down in the chat, you know, brothers got to realize, and I'm not talking about y'all brothers, I'm talking about anybody in general, got to realize, sometimes it's a dog man arguing with a gambler. Everybody ain't dog man because you went and stood around a fucking box and you bet $10,000 and you won your money. You's a gambler. You know what I'm saying? It's a difference between a gambler and a dog man. You see, a dog man to take Bullyson out there and roll him for a beer, crack a beer, or you gonna buy a 6-pack. You know what I'm saying? Back in them days, or you gonna buy a 24-pack on whoever lose gonna have to buy the beer for the night or something. Bulldoggers don't do it how the more modern day gamblers do it. Oh, we not touching our dog unless you got $10,000. Or we ain't touching them unless you want to bet 10,000. You don't want to see if you got a bulldog. You just gambling. You know, the purpose is to see if you got true bulldogs. And when you got people that say, okay, yeah, we doing it, we only want to do it for 10,000. They'll never find out if they really truly got a bulldog or not. Because you win one little show, you win two shows, you win one show for 50,000. You think that proves you got a bulldog? Nah, that just proves you won one show. You won 50,000. You know what I'm saying? The bulldog gonna get you show after show after show after show. You know what I'm saying? And the rules don't say nothing about, oh, you got to put 10,000 and you got to put 5,000 to show if you got a bulldog. You can bet $100 a damn match if you want to. You know what I'm saying? All we were trying to find out is you got a bulldog. Yeah, you won more money than me and look good in your pocket and you can do a lot of things with it. Some people finance their house, their property, and everything with that dog. You know what I'm saying? That dog bought a lot of things for the family. But that don't prove he a bulldog. You know, you could have went into bullshit competition and won hundreds of thousands of dollars because you was lucky enough to find bullshit competition with a whole lot of money in their pockets. Especially when you're coming with 100 people, you're bringing 20 motherfuckers that's gonna equal up to $20,000 and $50,000. You know what I'm saying? The purpose is to find a true bulldog, and it's a difference, you know, between a bulldogger and a gambler and a hustler. You know, it's too many times that we got hustlers that be down in these chats and gamblers. No disrespect to brothers that do bet big or brothers that do a lot of gambling on it. But some of these brothers, they gamble and they don't know how to do a keep. Some of these brothers don't know how to truly take care of a bulldog, but they gamble. They made plenty dollars off John Denver dog. You know what I'm saying? But they'll get down in their chat talking shit to Showtime, or they'll talk shit to Brother Ronald, or they'll talk shit to Terrence. Oh, you this and you that. But all you did was gamble. You won money, but you're not a true bulldogger. You know what I'm saying? So it's a big difference, man. A bulldogger is a bulldogger, or I'm gonna say a dog man rather. You know, he loved the dog all the way around. But a gambler is only there for the dollar. You know what I'm saying? And he don't know how to actually do all the other stuff that's involved. He don't know which bloodlines he need to get. He don't know the top dogs. All he just trying to do is make sure he might know that one particular dog that he betting on, you know, but not much more than that. You know what I'm saying? You can't rely on them. You can't rely on them for much more than that shit. You know what I'm saying? And when brothers in these chats and different places on Facebook and these groups and things, a lot of these brothers be hustlers and gamblers. And I'm not talking about hustling in any other game outside of the dog game. When I'm talking about hustling, I'm talking about dogs. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, you got, and this is the thing. brothers will try to say, oh, I got $10,000, $20,000. That don't mean that dog that they betting on is good. Because they bet 20,000 on it, some brothers will get scared. You know, he may got 20,000 to lose on the dog, right? But because they betting high on the dog, it'll make people think, oh, this dog good. Man, that dog probably a piece of shit. It's just you got people out here in the game now that got more money than they got dog. And they're willing to lose that money. You know, willing to lose it, man. So, you know, that's another thing, like I said, know the difference between a dog man and a gambler, or a dog man and a hustler. To some of my brothers out there in the game. You know, now, this next video I'm about to show y'all, brothers, it's a brother that's actually, he talking about the Honey Bunch dog. You know, but he gonna be speaking about his Bullyson, the actual father of it, or you know, or who's the father of it. You know, Mr. Jerry Holcomb that's speaking. You know, I'm gonna play that video. It's, you know, nice 10, 15 minute video. I'm gonna play that one real quick. And big shout out to the brother that I got the videos off his page. You know, salute to him as well. Salute the Casino Life out there down in the chat. Big shout out to you, big dog. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, John Demery say he did for a few bags of dog food. Yes, sir, man. Because at the end of the day, you know, yeah, like I said, you want that money. But your dog crossing that line, kicking ass, that shit is a different kind of feeling. You know, so you win at 20,000, I'm caught. You're going to have two good feelings. The dog won, and you got the bread. You know what I'm saying? So you're going to be feeling damn good that damn night. You know, but, you know, I done seen it, man. And in that case, brothers, in today's time, will try to make the person who didn't get that much money off their shows seem less of a dog man. Oh, because this man won $100,000, you trying to treat him and conduct him like he's more of a serious dog man than this other brother over here who only won 5,000 in a few shows added together. But he can lead you to better dogs, and he know more about the dogs than that person that won 150,000. You know, it's just the circumstances, the way that money just sitting in his pocket and he don't got it to spend like that. You know, everybody not sitting with 100,000 to 50,000 that they want to bet on a dog show. You know what I'm saying? So, and like I said, man, and that's where sometimes that's where a lot of drama come in at with these high bets. Because if a brother feel one thing going kind of wrong with these high bets, all hell breaks loose. If it's a $500 or $1,000 bet, you know what I'm saying, somewhere, you know, around that area, 1,500, 2,000 maybe, brothers give you a little leniency on certain things. You know what I'm saying? You don't gotta be as, you know, snappy about certain things. You know what I'm saying? Man, dude got 100,000 on the show. Like I said, you can't even talk shit to him in the box when you coaching your dog up and all type of stuff. So much money on the line. It's so much money on the line that the man handling your dog is not even comfortable. Man, if I make the wrong move, I'm gonna lose this 100,000 these boys got on the line. You know what I'm saying? Too much money on the line to really see if you got a true bulldog or not. So you don't want to pick up. You're gonna lose a damn good dog. Dog went damn 2 hours, 3 hours. You ain't picking him up because there's 100,000 on the line. But if it was 2,000 on the line and he went 3 hours, you'll pick him up because you're not worried about losing that compared to losing the dog that you got. Because you're going to lose that dog once you start getting in the water too high. You know? I mean, your chances get higher on losing that dog. But anyway, let's get into this next video where the brother Jerry Holcomb is speaking about Honey Bunch and where she came from. And like I said about the last video, Mr. Boudreaux, much love to Mr. Boudreaux, the whole Boudreaux family. RP to Mr. Boudreaux. He told you himself that he gave the dog to Mr. Jerry Clemens at 8 months old. There's no need for these online pedigrees to be saying Mr. Boudreaux spook. Mr. Boudreaux just told you out his own mouth. He gave the dog to Mr. Jerry, and Jerry been good to him. You know, like he said, he gave that dog to him, and it paid back 3 or 4 times what he would have got from the dog if he would have sold it to him. Because Mr. Jerry was good to him, you know. So I don't see why Mr. Jerry's name is not on that dog spook name, you know, online pads. And that's like another thing I always say. We talk these Eli dogs and we talk this type of stuff, Mr. Jerry's name rarely get mentioned the way a lot of other brothers' name. You mentioned Tom Garner's name. We mentioned Tom Garner's name more than we mentioned Mr. Jerry's name, Mr. Jerry Clemens. You know, and he one of the Eli brothers, the pure Eli brothers, not all that other mixed in shit, Snooty this and all that. Pure Eli brothers. You know, so let's get into this video where Mr. Holcomb talk about Honey Bunch, and we'll talk about it when we're done.
And contacted him. He sent me, first dog he sent me was the champion Lobo dog. He became champion. He was just 16.
Was it that off that night train?
No, off of Snow, off Crenshaw Snow. Ed Crenshaw, by the way.
Right.
Crenshaw Snow and Miss Wiggles, which I think was off Snow. Double bred Snow is what Lobo was. Excellent dog.
Well, that leads me to my next question. How many dogs did you acquire, including Honey Bunch, from Carver?
From Carver?
Yeah.
Probably about 5 or 6.
Did they all work out for you?
Oh yeah, all of them. I didn't get a bad one.
He had the reputation of replacing dogs. I mean, is that correct? Because I hear that from other people that if you don't like a dog or he didn't work out for you, send it back to him, he send you another one.
Yeah, I'm sure he probably did that. He never had to replace any for me.
Instead of asking Mr. Kelly or anybody else, this is the opportunities that I had to talk to you about this. Can you remember the dealing, the direct dealing of the conversation that got you on the phone and phone for Honey Bunch? What came about that? Were you looking for a female at that particular time, or?
Oh, what about Honey Bunch?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, just a pup. And
you were interested in a female or just anything?
I
you had
did,
at
and
the time?
no, definitely a female.
Okay.
Definitely a female. And so, you know, being off Bullyson, I was really proud of that.
I believe she's sired by Bullyson? With all the speculation?
Yeah, I have to say that, yeah.
Is that just because you trust the dealing that you had with Carver at the time, or is it because you see what she throws? What leads you to believe that she's bred?
No, yeah, knowing the nature. I had 3 dogs off Bullyson on my yard, and just knowing the nature of the dog and
well, many
the kind of the dogs that he saw. You know, even a son. I know a son of his could probably produce one that would look just the same. But at that time, see, the controversy was when Bullyson died. That was the controversy, because they were saying, you know, some people were saying he was selling Bullyson pups, you know, after he died. But see, you can breed a dog, and it can die and still sire pups, you know, for a couple of months. But if you know, and that's probably what happened. But you know, controversies come up and people want to talk. But yeah, knowing the nature of the dogs, and you know, she was just everything just like Bullyson, and produced, you know, just as well.
So all the what a lot of people believe, and for reasons and a lot of speculation, that she was sired by Champion Iron. And as far as, you know, just with the speculation, I'm pretty sure you've heard that yourself.
Well, yeah, you hear a lot of things.
Why would they even consider that at the time, or why would it lead people to believe that? Because Bullyson had died?
No. There was no shame in. Yeah, I think probably before I ever got her, before I ever saw her, I think Bullyson was dead. Which would mean that he sent her to me after Bullyson was dead, but he could have lived past her birth, and I think that's, you know, I did a little research on it, and the best I could figure out from her date, and the best nobody could really pinpoint and tell me exactly when he died, you know. So I really, as close as I get, he's within a few months there, you know. So that told me I don't see the controversy. Just never considered it that much.
Okay.
I had no reason to, and the reason, I had a lot of experience with ironhead stuff, totally different looking dogs. The build is similar, but they're shorter hair, they're a little more muscular, and yeah, I just you know, compared it with Bullyson. You know, she just looked like a Bullyson dog. Buck, almost exactly the same. Yeah, heavy coated, buckskin, black nose, black mouth, black down their tail. And, you know, it looked a
As
lot
far as
like
the pedigree goes,
cat quarter or whatever.
how did you ever receive any paperwork, or was it just his word telling you how she was bred?
No, I had to, he sent me the papers on her later on.
Oh, okay, so
Written out.
she in fact, well, okay, okay. So
Yeah,
she was registered before you had her, or you're the one that went in and registered?
No, he sent it to me written
Oh,
out
written on a
on a
piece of-
blank pedigree, written out in his handwriting, you know, the sire and the dam, and
So what they say about him, you know, not registering dogs and wouldn't pay the fee to register dogs, that it was basically like you said. mostly
yeah,
written down.
yeah, I don't, you know, I don't think he would,
Would you recognize Maurice Carver's writing if you saw it?
yeah.
The reason I say that, I've collected over the years people that have certain dealings with him, and just like you say, I've written down, and they're allegedly said to be from Carver, but I've never
Yeah, I
known somebody that can actually maybe decipher his writing.
he printed some.
They all, let me tell you, the other ones, I've got 3 of them, and from 3 different parts of the country, and they all have the same writing. So it kind of led me to believe that they might be authentic. Whether it's true, I don't know.
There's a lot of printing.
Yeah, you know what, I should have brought those for you to take a look at, but
Yeah.
I'll mail them out to you.
Yeah, mine got burned up.
Okay, so as far as the
Yeah,
paperwork
he
goes,
talked about, he sent me the paperwork and talked about the little Jip, he called her.
okay. Well, see, now that, elaborating that,
She didn't have a name at that time.
so you believe in that she is sired by Bullyson. Did you ever see that footage before I sent it to you? The footage with Eli and Bullyson and Eli as a pup?
Yeah.
Oh, you had seen that before?
No, but
You knew it
that one
existed?
picture of Eli, I think I'd seen that, and there's a couple more things in there I'd seen before, but, no. At that
You had
time-
never seen Bullyson. Can you tell me what your feelings were at that particular point to see the sire to your honey bunch at that particular
Oh, yeah,
age?
yeah. That
Running
was,
around?
Yeah. Yeah, that was nice. I was wondering where you come across that.
Can you elaborate as far as when you first received her? What were your thoughts on Honey Bunch when you first got her from the airport and you laid hands on her? I mean, or you laid your eyes on her? Were you happy with what you saw? Do you like buckskin, or did it matter? Do you recall?
Yeah, I recall, but you know, the thing about it is, I didn't, I was excited to get a dog from Maurice Carver, and I got 4 or 5 dogs from him over the years, and this was just a pup, but like I say, I'd asked for a female, and so I could produce my own Carver stuff, you know, in a roundabout way, and so yeah, that was the plan. But I was no more excited about her than the other dogs that I got, and especially not near as excited as the first one I got, which was the Lobo dog. Simply because he was an adult dog ready, and very, very exciting. Very exciting.
I've done a lot of research and looked around, asked questions and whatnot, but obviously I failed to ask you litter mates. I can't find an existing litter mate. In your dealings, did he ever tell you how many were in that litter? How many females or males? Or
Yeah, there was
He
several.
picked her out for you, or you had something to pick from, or?
Yeah, he had. They were in the pen, and I believe was only 2 females, and he said, "I'll pick you the best one, whatever." And but
Do you remember that there was a same
apparently there
color?
were several of them. I would say 3 or 4 from what he said, and he never really designated anything. He just he said they're out there tearing the pen down.
So, you didn't care about color? You didn't even ask him at
no.
the time?
No.
So before she even
No,
arrived, you
did I
didn't even
ask
know what
color
color,
of any of them?
you didn't even know what color it was until she arrived?
No, not at all. I don't know.
Who named her?
I named her.
Okay.
Kind of young, just after the song Sugar Pie Honey Bunch, and also,
Sugar Pie Honey Bunch.
oh yeah,
Isn't it?
yeah, big
Who
big
sings it?
guy.
Who does it? I'm just curious.
In Motown era, Honey Bunch, I can't call them, maybe the Four Tops, one of the old groups. But
Is that the name
also,
of, is that the name of the
when
song?
I got interested in the pit bulls, I started reading the books, and I first got the Colby book. You know, that was about the first one you had access to, you know, if you were interested at that time. And in reading that Colby book, I was just going through it and looking at the dogs. There was a dog in there called Colby's Bunch, and half-brother Twister, and I think they were probably all off of Colby's Pincher at the time. So, you know, and I was just impressed with that dog Bunch. And I'm thinking I'm going to put Bunch in there, and then I heard that song Sugar Pie Honey Bunch. That was a big, you know, hip-hop song at the time. And so she got her name.
Now you know that song Sugar Pie Honey Bunch he talking about. You know what I'm saying? Now I want to touch up on what Ronald said, because I did a little research over the break. Ronald said dogs hold up better in cold weather. You know, and I agree with you, Ronald. You know, so what I did, I looked up something. Y'all Eli brothers, you better start getting your facts and stuff, so when people talk shit, you can defend some of that stuff, even though you don't care about it. You know, but I asked, I said, does a black dog hold heat in the fur more than a light colored dog? And it's yes, black colored dogs hold the sunlight and heat more in their fur than a light colored dog. So that could, you know, if you got a 45-minute dog, I'm just joking, you got a 45-minute dog, you want to get them to go about an hour and a half, you know, don't put them in the sun. Don't make sure that the heat is your enemy. You know, when you got a black dog, basically, you want to make sure that dog is cool as possible whenever you're doing any type of activities. You know, as far as him overheating and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? And I heard a brother make that statement a while back, saying the black dogs aren't good in the sun. And you know, and down here in South Carolina, just like the brother said in Texas, you get a good one out of Texas, you got a good one. Or if he can survive in Texas, you got a good one. Same way in South Carolina. It's so hot, man. And if you want to play with your dogs throughout the year, it's so hot. And if one make it that long, you know what I'm saying? I can imagine what my dogs would have did if I would have just waited till the wintertime. These dogs going all year long. Summertime, you know, all year long. So that kind of let you know if they survive through that. Just imagine what it'll do when it's cold outside and it's 20-some degrees and 30-some degrees and below freezing and different things. Not in the, we ain't talking about the negatives, because they never get in negatives down here. But we may get a 20-some couple days or 30-some a few weeks where it's about 30-some degrees, but not long. For the most part, it's always kind of warm down south. You know, in some states, you don't even really need to buy a coat. You know, you may need a coat, and I'm going to say it like this. South Carolina last year, all our winter combined was no more than a month. And I'm talking about the whole December, January, February, you know, maybe March. You talking about a month out of 3 or 4 months, you talking about 1 month of real cold weather. In December, you got 5 or 6 days of cold weather. January, you got 7, 8, 10 days of cold weather. You know, maybe 15 days of cold weather. February, you know, you got a good, February may have been the coldest month last year, because we had some warm days in January where you could come out with a windbreaker on. You know what I'm saying? A little light jacket, a little light sweater or something, long sleeves. And some days short sleeves. You know what I'm saying? And up north, you may start getting cold in October. You know? But yeah, man, them black dogs, they hold more heat. So that's something to keep in mind for anybody that got black dogs that's going out hog hunting, or certain things that you're doing, certain activities that may take a lot of energy and a lot of work. You know, just know that the sun is not on your side when you got a black dog. Just like you outside with an all black outfit on and you out there doing some type of sport, you know, you're going to draw the heat in, going to hold that heat in. You know, So just keep that in mind, man. Like I said, I'm not gonna hold y'all brothers here too long tonight. I just wanted to touch up on that letting Bullyson video play and Mr. Boudreaux speak about the Bullyson dog and the Honey Bunch stuff. Yeah, Terrence said they say Mr. Carver was a crook. He would sell you a pup with another dog paperwork on it. Yeah, I heard a couple of the dog men say that. You know, Mr. Mayfield, I was gonna play his video as well, was speaking about that. But you know, I was just pretty much trying to not really go in on Mr. Carver on this particular one. You know, but one thing they say, Mr. Carver was a showman. You know, he was one of the ones that you like to have at the dog show. You know, he gonna do a lot of talking and tell the stories and have you, you know, like make you have a good time. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, man, I appreciate y'all brothers rocking with me tonight. Bruce Banner, what's going on? What's going on? Now, Showtime say Clemens got the best Eli blood. And I heard that before, Showtime. I heard that before, man. That Clemens got the best Eli blood, you know, at the moment. Yes, sir, man. And you don't see no Clemens dogs. I'm not going to say no Clemens dog on in South Carolina, but you don't see no Clemens dogs when brothers be showing me pedigrees and stuff like that from South Carolina, North Carolina. You know, you really don't see the Clemens blood like that, period, on this side of the country. And like I said, I'm not gonna say no brothers around don't got that, because as soon as you go buy a Porsche, you see everybody with the same Porsche you got. So as soon as I say that, brothers will be popping up with these Clemens dogs. Oh, check this out, check this out. Brad Anderson, salute to you, fam. Appreciate you. Brad say Mr. Jerry died last year. Dang, we lost Mr. Boudreaux, and Mr. Boudreaux died last year too as well, right? Mr. Boudreaux and Mr. Jerry last year. Yeah, man. See what Brad said. Brad said a dog has a high body temperature. Only send a dog for a hog hunt during the fall and the winter. My condition keep is geared for the cold. Yes, sir, man. And one thing about hog hunting, if you're going to hunt a hog, most likely you're going to be hunting to eat it or somebody else to eat it. And I'm thinking most of the people that's doing the hog hunting for eating is doing it in the wintertime. You know, because you don't really want to eat that, you know, all that crazy pork and all that stuff in the summertime when it's so hot out there. Now, you may be trying to get rid of a nuisance hog family, a group of hogs that somebody's saying, oh, it's a problem on my property, I need to come get rid of them or something. So now you might be coming out there doing the hog hunting, and you're not really worried about too much about eating it. And then you could kill them and put them down and then put them in your freezer till later on in the winter. You don't necessarily have to eat it during the summer. Yes, sir, man. And I know y'all seen that video that Mr. Boudreaux's grandson posted up on Facebook. And you got the dude up there talking about Mr. Boudreaux and talking about he's the head dog fighter during that time and all kind of stuff like that. And he's talking about the bloodlines, talking about Razor's Edge and all kind of stuff like that, and one of the bloodlines and this and that. And man, it's just crazy how they bash brothers about these dogs, you know. And like his grandson said, it's like you going to trial, you going to court for rape, and I'm found not guilty for rape, I'm found not guilty for murder, and then you get on another video and then you talking about I commit this rape, I commit this murder. That's the point of me going to trial, you know. So now I'm found not guilty. You need to back this shit the fuck up. All this talk you talking about, you need to back that shit up and change all that shit, you know. It ain't right, man. It ain't right. You know what I'm saying? Especially when somebody go to trial and get found not guilty. You know, if you felt like he was this and he was that, you should have had your evidence together to prove that. You didn't have the evidence together to prove that, then you shouldn't be talking about that on no video with other people. And then you speaking of a whole bunch of stuff that's not even legitimate. You know what I'm saying? Yes, sir, man. So I appreciate y'all rocking with me today, man, for this hour. Y'all brothers have a safe, legitimate, legal day. Like I always say, preserve these dogs the right way out there. That way we can have these dogs 20 and 30 years down the line, man, and still be bred the way they say they was bred, in the 90s, in the 80s and stuff like that. 20 years from now, the 80s is going to be what we call the 40s and the 50s now. Way before Eli was born in the 70s and stuff like that. The 80s, 20 years from now, the 80s will be looked at like that. So in order to preserve the breed the right way, we gotta do the right things, man. Cause I seen an article. I'm gonna say this before I get up out of here. I seen an article that was saying about the South Carolina dogs that were seized over the last year. 900 and some dogs got seized from South Carolina over the last year. Can you imagine how many bloodlines, how many families of dogs that this about to be extinct? You know what I'm saying? And that's another thing I'm gonna speak about. When I was talking last night about Mr. Boudreaux's name not being the bloodline, it's the family of dogs. Now you say, oh, I got a family of dogs from Mr. Boudreaux, the Boudreaux family, the Walkmore family, the Garner family. I got a family of dogs from Tom Garner. It don't necessarily mean it's all Eli or all Chinaman. It's the family of dogs, whatever Mr. Garner putting together in his whole pot of stew that he got over there. Could be a little red boy in it, could be a little Chinaman, a little snooty in it, but it's from the Garner family. From the Mr. Boudreaux family. It might be the Eli stuff, or it might be the what's the other dog with Blind Billy stuff. But it's coming from his family of dogs. No, I ain't changed my mind about no 45-minute dogs. I ain't changed my mind about them, Vance. No, man. But I'm saying in the response to what I was saying last night, a brother could have came up and said, these dogs, majority of these dogs black. A lot of people that get the dogs, everybody not true bulldoggers. People get these dogs and you take them out there, 100-some degrees. Now you got to fight against the heat and you got to fight against that dog that you was going into. You know what I'm saying? And that's that's the case with a buckskin or a light colored dog. But at the same time, our dog can take the heat a little bit better. Just like you got certain people that can take the heat a little bit better. We may take a brother, you may get a brother from the United States that can't go out there in them Saudi Arabia desert like the brothers that live in them areas. You know what I'm saying? And then I ain't talking about no white or black brothers. I'm talking about an American brother, period. Take them over from over here, drop them over in that Saudi Arabia desert, and they may be out there having a fit, having a hissy, and you can't perform. But you put him over here in some cold weather, he can do what he got to do. And some legitimate, straight, fair weather, he can do what he got to do. Take him over there to Saudi Arabia, that motherfucker can't even see straight. And I'm talking about humans. That's why them brothers train in the Arizona desert and different things before they go to them places. To get their body right, to get acclimated to the temperature. You know what I'm saying? Oh yeah, and I gotta say this, Vance, before I get up out here. Man, listen here, dog. I know it's been some hellified Eli dogs, straight Eli that done went 3 hours. You know what I'm saying? 4 hours. Like I said, it's just the bulldog talk in me. I'm gonna represent them Red Boy Jocko dogs. You know what I'm saying? If you gonna tell nobody you ain't never met a motherfucker that rep them Red Boy Jocko dogs from the Carolinas, you gonna say PBK rep them. It just is what it is, man. And this the thing, Garner right there in Carolina as well. So he got them Eli, snooty-ish, you know what I'm saying, type of dogs that I can't really say that Carolinas is all Red Boy Jocko, because you got them Eli dogs from Mr. Garner right there in North Carolina as well. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, man, everybody, whatever line you got, never let nobody else talk you out of your shit. If you like Eli and I get up here talking cash codes trash about it, you ain't got to get up there and respond. But don't let me talk you out your blood. Whatever you like is whatever you like. And whatever I like is what I like. Don't never let a brother talk you out because it sounds good today. You know what I'm saying? Then you went and bought a whole bunch of this stuff and got rid of the ones that you like, but you was confident in what you like. You know what I'm saying? You know, but just remember now, the black dogs hold more heat than the light colored dogs. You know, that's something that may take you a long way down in the future. The black dogs hold more heat. Just the fur itself, you know. So y'all stay safe out there, man. Y'all stay legal out there. Y'all have a great, great day. Remember where you got it from first. The PBC, Pelican Bay's Corner. You know, it is what it is. The St. Honey Badger. Appreciate you dropping in before I got up out of here, big dog. Y'all fellas have a great night, man, and I'm out.